Hey guys and gals, today I'm going to walk you through where do you find activities to practice. If you're practicing absolute value in class, where would you go to find that here in Khan Academy? So I'm going to give you a minute, make sure you get logged in, and I'll meet you on the starting screen. Get the pause button until everybody's logged in. Okay guys and gals, now that you've logged in, you're probably seeing a screen that looks something like this with all these different skills listed. If you don't see that screen, go up into the upper left-hand corner, click where it says Subject, and now you should see those options. Now, these are all the different skills you can learn in Khan Academy. Most of these are not things that you are going to understand or be able to jump into in 6th grade. Most of what you're going to focus on is just in this 6th grade option here. So take your mouse, go where it says 6th grade, and click on 6th. And up is going to pop this screen. Now, here you can see all of our 6th grade topics. So rates and ratios, arithmetic operations, negative numbers. All of these are skills we're going to look at. Now, let's say you are learning a lesson on absolute value. Okay, and you don't know where does absolute value fall in any of these skills. Take your mouse and you're going to scroll down. Keep scrolling. And you're going to find your table of contents. Now, table of contents, these are those big categories we just looked at. Over here on the right, you see all the skills we're going to learn in 6th grade. So again, let's say I just learned about absolute value. I'm going to look, I don't see absolute value here in this rates and ratios section. I don't see absolute value here in arithmetic operations. I do see it here in negative numbers. So if I want to learn about absolute value, I can click on absolute value. Okay, now, here's the section for absolute value. There's a couple of little symbols you need to understand. First, this triangle, that's going to be a video that you can watch. So it's going to be someone teaching you how to find absolute value or what absolute values represent. You also have this option, so I'll click on that. And again, up's going to pop the video. We're not going to watch the video. There's going to be captions, there's going to be audio. If you have your own headset, you could plug that in your computer and get a little one-on-one tutorial of how to do that skill. Now, if I'm good and I don't need to watch a video, maybe you could benefit from just reading a little bit about that skill. That's going to be this symbol over here, the little text option. Looks like a little page. You click on that, you're going to get a piece of text, just like your textbook, that you could read that would explain what the skill is, if that's going to help you, with a couple of practice questions. Now, let's say you feel good with what your teacher taught you. You don't need to read about it. That gives this option here, this star option. Anything that has the star option are going to be practice questions. So you can click on that, and we can do some practice questions about absolute value. So I'm going to click here. Absolute value of negative 7 and 9/10 is 7 and 9/10. It's 7 and 9/10 away from 0. So I've clicked in my answer, and I'm going to click Check Answer. And I got that one right. Now, my goal is to fill all of these with check marks. It's going to help me know that I have mastered this skill, or at least I'm on my way to mastering it. Let's try another one. Negative 2 and 6/10, absolute value. So let's say that I don't know how to find absolute value, and I'm still learning the skill. Maybe I thought it was negative 2 and 6/10. I'm going to type that in. I click Check Answer. I didn't get it right. I got a gray check mark. Okay, now let's say you don't know why your answer is wrong. You want to know what did I do wrong? Want a little more, need a little more help with it. Well, you can click over here. This is that video that we just looked at a minute ago. You can click on this, and it's going to, again, show you that video where maybe you can figure out what you did wrong. There are also options to get a hint. So again, if I'm not quite sure and I need kind of that nudge to work towards understanding the skill, I can click Get a Hint. Up, it's going to pop just a little something that's going to help remind me, oh, that's right. Absolute value is the distance from 0 to the value. So in this case, it's going to be 2 and 6/10. Oh, so it's going to be positive. Now, let's say that's not good enough of a hint. You could get another hint. Again, it's going to give you some other explanation. I can go back and change my answer, 2 and 6/10. Click Check Answer, and I got it right. Now, you notice I still have the gray X there. The reason I have that is I really wasn't able to do this on my own, and you want to make sure you and your teacher know that you're still working on that skill. So I'll click Next. Let's get this one. Absolute value of 5 is 5. Go down to check answer. And there's my green check. Again, our goal is to get all this whole column, or this whole row, full of green checks. Now, let's say you're good with absolute value, you want to move to a different skill. Well, here are going to be listed some skills that are related to absolute value. So I practiced finding it. Now I can practice comparing it. So I can go over here. Where's that star? The star is going to be practice questions. Click on that. And here's another set of skills, comparing absolute value. And I could click on the option that I think is appropriate. Again, if you struggle, here's that video that you could watch to help remind you what the skill is. You also have the get a hint option. That'll give you a little hints along the way, helping you work towards and master that skill. Great part about this is you can do this in the classroom if your teacher allows you, or you can do it at home to help practice those skills before a test. Now, let's say I'm done with comparing absolute value and I want to go practice a different skill. Well, you can go up here, you can click on 6th grade US, and we're back to where we started. Again, these are those categories. If I scroll down, there are those table of contents with all of my 6th grade skills listed over here on the right. Now, that's one way to explore Khan Academy. Another way is this mission option over on the right. So if you want, you can go over and click on mission. And there, you probably have a screen that popped up that looks something like this. Now, this is your mastery challenge. Let me adjust my screen here. This is your mastery challenge. Mastery challenge allows you to go through and practice a lot of different 6th grade skills. It tries to figure out what have you mastered and what have you not maybe learned or still need to practice. So you can do this each day. You can log on, answer some of these questions, or if you want to go to individual skills, you can just click on this X in the upper right-hand corner. Now, here you can see how many skills you've mastered and the skills that you're still working towards mastering. Again, they're all listed right here. Your goal is to turn all of these skills to that dark blue, that turquoise-ish color. Now, this is another really great spot in Khan Academy because your teacher can actually recommend skills to you. When they go in and they recommend a skill, let's say it was absolute value, when you go to that mission option, right here it's going to pop up with absolute value recommended by Mr. Bodie or recommended by your teacher. So they've probably recommended skills that you need to practice or skills that you're actually learning in that unit. So you can go over here, click on practice, and that's going to pop that category, and you can go through and practice that. Again, here are all those great options. If you're not sure what to do, you click I'd like a hint. If you're really not understanding the skill, you can watch the video and they'll walk you through the steps. Again, your goal is to get all of these green checks to show that you have, at least in part, mastered that skill. You're going to have to do this with each individual skill. You're going to have to do it several times before Khan views you as a master of that skill. Just because I can do it one day doesn't mean that I've completely mastered it. And I need to show that over several different days, maybe over the course of a couple weeks. So again, quick review. Where do you find 6th grade material? Go up to subjects, go to 6th, and here are your 6th grade topics. If you're not sure where your skill falls, scroll to the bottom, and here are all the 6th grade skills that you'll be learning this year, and you can just hunt for the one that connects to your math unit. If you're just looking at practicing 6th grade math skills, go over to where it says mission, click on that. You can try the Mastery Challenge, or you can click on skills that maybe your teacher has recommended. Again, that's just a quick how-to on where to find all the math skills that you need to practice here on Khan Academy. Have a great day.